What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916, and you tune into another edition of my vlog. I want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for all the support. You know, I'm all about the positivity and the motivation. And, you know, I put this channel together to kind of showcase a lot of the things that I enjoy in life and what I feel my calling is. You know, I love helping young people. I love cars. I love just motivating and seeing people reach their potential. And so I try to combine not only life lessons, but also throw in, you know, my passion with cars and just going out to cool places and you know, different things that are food for thought. And you know, being able to give back and share what I've been through in life and some of the things that I've reflected on, I think is great because it can maybe shed light on some of the things other people are going through in life. And I used to sit back and wonder, why was I in the situation I was in when I was stuck in a 10 or 7 or 10 by 6 box cement enclosure, and how'd I get there? You know, it wasn't necessarily what I did to get there. It was a series of actions that resulted in bad choices that led to me being encapsulated, you know, put inside a living tomb. And it's not something that everybody does while they're in there. A lot of people they're in there and they try to make the best of it, or try to just rationalize that this is just a part of their punishment. But for me, it was deeper. You know, for me, it was, what is the purpose? You know, I wasn't a bad person. It wasn't like I was this horrible kid, and yet, you know, I ended up in a place that was very bad and dark, and a lot of horrible things happen in there to different people. You know, a lot of people don't survive those places. A lot of people come out of those places with a lot of mental issues, and you know, it's just something that, you know, it set hard with me, and I found that at times I struggled to try to make sense of it. And you know, I wasn't raised necessarily by bad, bad family. My mom was great, shitty stepdad. But you know, there's things, I guess, that as I look back, as far as, you know, whether it's getting that acceptance from a male and having that that self-confidence builder, that support, you know, those could be game changers. You know, when you for a lot of you out there who grew up with step parents, and you're, you know, put into a situation when you're trying to be accepted by somebody who maybe doesn't accept you, it could be very challenging, man, and it could send you on a dark path. It can make you, you know, do things that you don't realize why you're doing them, and before you realize it, you've kind of become this monster. And you know, I never really looked at it like that, but then after I you know, really thought about it and realized that these, you know, young childhood experiences shaped my adolescence, and it took uh, it took me reflecting back on that as an adult to make sense of it. And, I want to try to, if I could help as many young people dealing with, family challenges like this, shitty step parents, shitty family members. I want to lend my hand and conversation and try to help you in any way possible through these videos, because hey man, it's rough, man. Talking to a damn psychiatrist, man, they don't know shit, man. They've clinically studied this and that, and at the end of the day, you still have to have somewhat lived it to be able to express it. And then you have to, after you've lived it, you have to be able to try to function normally so that you can make sense of your current life. Otherwise, everything is just, it's a tornado, man. You're angry, maybe you drink to pacify it, maybe you do drugs to pacify, what it is, and you lash out at people, as far as in general, because you don't know how to really deal with normal relationships, and you have to figure out how to channel that anger or that animosity towards something that's constructive, so that you can become a better person. For myself, it's been sharing my experiences, being transparent, helping others through life coaching, working out, being healthy, cars, it's just like freedom for me. And like I said, it's just, there was no social media when I was growing up, as far as watching these videos to try to help deal with certain things. I remember, as a child, man, just spending hours and hours in a room because of I didn't want to be around my stepfather, and the fact that he didn't want me around him either. He was a fucking, excuse my French, but he was just one of those people that was all about himself, and he made it clear that I wasn't biologically a child of his, and I don't even think he knew how to be a father, even if I was, because he wasn't much of a father to my brother, who was his biological son. So, I put this stuff out there because, like I said, I keep it 100, man. I'm not gonna, try to pretend, and nobody has a perfect family. Even people who appear to have perfect families, they have, drug use and addiction and, depression and, rehab and all this stuff, man. So, the more honest we can be with each other, the more we can help each other. For myself, it's all about helping other people, creating understanding and sharing this universal bond, because, man, I just wish I would have had a lot of things as a youngster, but I can't go back in time and have a pity party, so I can just share from here forth and create, a different energy pattern that will hopefully transcend and elevate others to bring about positive change. And a lot of people don't like to talk about this stuff, man. They're embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, man. My family wasn't perfect, but it wasn't like I was getting spankings. My mom smoked crack. She was a great mom, and she was a young mom, and it takes two, man. It's having both people in the family be a team. You can't have a father that's down for you and a mother that's a pill popper, or a dad that's abusive and a mother that justifies the abuse. You can't. You got to have both parties trying to work together so that they can build a strong unit and help you, so you don't have these idiosyncrasies when you go to raise a child and have a confused kid that strives for love and compassion. So hey man, I'm just sharing with you guys, And like I said, man, this is one of the reasons why I do these videos, is because of just my life experiences. And like I said, I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't get in any trouble. I didn't smoke 40 ounce. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't drink 40 ounces. I wasn't out doing a bunch of stupid stuff. It wasn't until later in life when I really got in trouble. I was a straight A student, 4.0, was part of the honor program. I did a lot of things as far as in school that had, positive attributes. I was just a great, kid up until a point where I started making bad choices, and a lot of those choices came from previous behavioral previous behavioral exposure, like I said, through bad step parenting and just confused confused self, man. I trying to figure out who I was. And I know a lot of kids, young people, are trying to figure out who they are, and it's hard, man. Sometimes trying to figure it out, and so we lock ourselves in rooms, we play video games, and we get into bad, dark things, and I'm just trying to bring light to a lot of this, so that change could be a possibility, and you guys can grow. So, hey man, Big Herc 916, holler at me for life coaching. I keep it 100. I'm not with no bull. I'm not gonna act like I'm a tough guy or I'm a Superman. I'm a human being, just like all of you guys, and I know we all need this conversation here and there. So, holler at me, man.